let's get on with it. And this will be the list of things that will be needed for the build today of the Lunchbox chuck glider. You will be needing the kit, of course, which has the horizontal elevator, vertical elevator, fuselage, and the wings. You will be needing Fevikwik, which is included in the kit, a bit of glue stick, normal stationery paper glue stick, a nail file, and you'll be needing something that is exactly as close as possible to 1/32 parts of an inch. It's very close to that, and you'll be needing a good ruler, of course, and a pair of set squares is also important to ensure that you get all the angles at perfectly 90 degrees. So let me talk about this arrangement. So I have taped together some boxes and a bit of newspaper. This is to get a setup that is 3 inches tall. This will be required later on when we set the diagonal of the wing, and the closer you can get to 3 inches, the better it is, because the art of building chuck gliders is quite a fine one, and it's essential that you follow the measurements as close as possible. So here if I measured this and I found it to be like 1/16 of an inch shorter at the end of this box. So I added some paper and sent. So you can get this by just taking a newspaper hole, and you can cut it here to get a thick piece of paper. I have used quite a few pages of paper here, and now this setup is exactly 3 inches. Alright, so let's start the build. And for a newcomer to the hobby, a chuck glider is the most inexpensive introduction that you can get to this hobby. Other than this balsa kit, almost everything else can be found easily at a stationery shop. It should also be based on a known and successful design. So this is the Lunchbox. It's a very classic design. A kit is easier than building from scratch. Believe me, I've tried scratch building and it has never worked for me. Having a scratch build as the first build is a very bad idea unless you have an expert nearby guiding you step by step. An almost ready to fly kit is also very useful, and this kit comes with a lot of assembly. Like all the wing parts, they're all sanded very finely, so it's very smooth. This greatly helps to reduce the drag. By reducing drag, you can improve performance of the glider and flight time. So one of the most important measures of a glider is its flight time and its sink rate. So by reducing drag, you can get a very good flight time, and sanding balsa that is this thin so smoothly is quite hard, believe me. And yeah. Okay, so let's start the assembly. And I have this piece of business card. It's an expired gift card. So it is exactly 1/32 inches thick. That helps to provide slight what's it called? Slight wing tilt, stab tilt. Okay, you need this stabilizer to be tilted. I'll explain why this is needed later on. So let's start the actual build. And of course, you need a very flat working area. I have gone for a record notebook which has a graph paper at the end. You can use a graph paper, or you can just take a paper and draw a perpendicular pair of lines. That will work as well. So let's start. And you can also notice that the pieces are glued together with medicine tape. This is essential because it makes it quite easy to peel off. If you use plain tape, it will become quite hard to peel off, and there's a chance that you can damage the balsa while doing so. Be careful while taking the kit apart, so as to not remove the tapes that are holding the two halves of the wing together. So if you look at the kit, it comes with a notch at the front. This is to hold it to a rubber band when you're launching it. So if you are launching it like this, it helps to hold the rubber band. And you can see two markings here which mark where the leading edge and the trailing edge of the wing are supposed to sit. And you also see two parallel lines drawn here and two dots on the fuselage. And this will help you to align the stabilizer very well. The right back. So enough talking, let's get on with the actual build. So, and we need to, okay, so first step, I'm following the assembly instructions given by the maker of the kit, Mr. KK Iyer. So the first step is to attach the horizontal stabilizer to the fuselage, and for this the clay that has been provided along with the kit will come in handy. So let's place it here, like so. Alright, that holds it in place. It's a very nice method of holding it in place. And let's make it perpendicular. It looks to be perpendicular. Oh, okay. So let's so need to put two dots of Fevikwik here. Okay, I forgot to remove this piece of tape. Ah no. Okay. I broke off a piece of the stabilizer. Okay, let's see. It's very fragile, so if removing tape from it is so hard, so hard. Just imagine how hard it will be to build it. So chuck glider building is a nice place to start in this hobby. It will teach you about all the basics that are required, and that will help you to go further. Let me just okay. Just take a small piece of tape and seal this together. So it's very important to get the balances correct. So I'm trying to use as small a piece of tape as I can. Okay, fine. So I'm going to first assemble it with normal stationary glue, and I'll make it into Fevikwik a bit later. So just put enough glue, don't put too much because you don't want to make the weight high and affect the CG, the center of gravity. CG stands for center of gravity. Right? Okay, I guess it's too tall. So I need to align these two dots to the leading edge and trailing edge of the horizontal stabilizer. let's allow it to set. And the vertical stabilizer comes pre-mounted. It's quite hard to actually mount it by yourself, especially if you're a complete beginner, because as you can see the attachment surface is very small and you need to get it exactly perpendicular, which it is. So yeah. Okay, I think it should have stuck well. Okay, it has stuck well. So you can see here. Okay, it's not strong enough to hold it in place, but you can use it to test whether your build is correct. Okay, so now that is verified, let's start using the Fevikwik. Alright, just two dots of Fevikwik will do the job. So that's one dot, that's another. So let's put it in perfect place. This thing dries in 5 seconds, so need to be fast doing this. Okay, and make sure not to get it on your hands because it's quite hard to remove after that. It's perfectly within the two lines. I think it is a bit to the left, but as we have applied only 2 dots of Fevikwik, it's already stuck to my hand. As we applied only 2 dots of Fevikwik, it should be possible to remove it and realign it. And I need a blade now. Okay, I'm back, and I accidentally got a piece of super glue on my hands. This is CA, cyanoacrylate or super glue. Commercial name is Fevikwik, and this is a really thin CA. We're using really thin ones to reduce the weight, and this one cures in like 5 seconds. So try not to get it on your hands. So let's try to take this apart. This is a standard stationary knife, X-Acto blade, you can say. And be careful not to cut into the wood, cut into the joints, not the wood. So the alignment on this was not correct. So let's try again. Bit of glue there. Just put a small dot on it. Don't overdo it, because if you overdo it, you can't pull it apart. All right. Always put the cap back on once you are done. Check with a set square to ensure it's perpendicular. And once you are satisfied with this joint, and yes, it looks better now. As you can see, it's perfectly symmetric. It's aligned quite well with the lines, and it's placed at the correct point. So you can't see the dots outside. It's a good thing. And now you can add some glue on the sides. Put a small amount, just just enough to fill the gap and make a strong joint. Again, don't overdo this. Let it dry. Will take a couple of seconds. And make sure that the glue addition is symmetric so that you don't have supposed to. Okay, let's see. This thing is glued tight now. Let me see if I can cut into it again. It's going to be quite hard now, given that this thing is practically as strong as paper. I completely forgot about the stab tips. I think I've got the blade. Yeah, I've got the blade. Be very careful with the blade so that to not cut away the balsa. You need to cut the joint. You need to cut the super glue joint, not the balsa. I think it's obvious by now that I don't have much experience pulling this thing. In fact, this is my first stug glider. Right, yes, and it came apart. There's a bit of damage, yes, but I think we'll be able to get this right. So the one mistake that I made now was to not use this card. It's I'll explain later on why it's required, but it's required to have a wing tip on this side. So just this card is 1 by 32 inches thick. It's about 0.08 centimeters. So just place this card at the end of this. Now glue it. Now let me glue it back on. The dots are a bit gone now. This is how it looks after the cutaway. You can see there's quite a bit of damage, but yeah, it's my first build. I think that's acceptable. 2 dots. And it's okay if you don't glue the joint with just 2 dots within time. That is perfectly alright. I got it wrong again. So this is just for some weight. And let me have another go. Take good care to ensure that you place the fuselage perfectly at the center of the lines. This one's good. Yes. So one thing that you can do while attempting to do this. Apologies. So one thing that you can do is that you can put down this end first, then look here, then look at this end, and ensure that it's at the correct angle, it's perfectly aligned with this line, and then put it down. So instead of just putting it down directly with both dots at the same time, you can put down one joint, then the other. Alright, I think it's done. Let's just ensure it's done. So you might think this thing is like really thin, 1 by 32 inches. How does that make a significant difference during flight? Actually, that is another reason why making chuck glider is such a fine art. Okay, it's done. Now let's reinforce the joint. As you can see, it's perfectly along the lines. Let me just put glue here. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Okay, I got the glue in much more symmetrically this time. Right? Okay. The card should always be there. Just put some sufficient pressure on it, on the joint, so that the joint gets filled and completely cured. It's very vital in gliding to do this. Let me ensure the right angle again. Yes, that looks correct. So now let's leave this part to cure and move on to the wings. Right. So let me just clean this up. Keeping a clean working area is something that will always make your life easier. You won't lose stuff, you won't panic, you won't have to rush when the glue is setting and you need to put something in. So for the wings, be careful while you handle this. You'll be needing the nail file, the box setup, and of course the wings. The wings are temporarily taped together at the bottom to help with the construction. So lay the wings down flat. Have one side down flat. Let's place a weight on it. Raise the other tip by 3 inches. Right. Let's check. There's 3 inches. Yes, it is 3 inches. So yeah, it is exactly 3 inches. And the tip should now be at 3 inches height. So the tops of this, if you can look closely, I'm not sure how well the camera will be able to capture this, but the wings are actually beveled at the joint. If you can see this part, you can see that this part is flat and here is beveled. This bevel allows the wings to be held like this, so that there is a dihedral which allows the glider to balance itself during flight. So let's put in the glue and finish this build. Finish this part of the build. Raise the other tip to 3 inches. Make sure it's a tip, so it shouldn't be further than that. Just adding a bit of weight so that it doesn't slip away, right? And yeah. So take the quick cyanoacrylate, put it neatly central joint and then lay it down flat. Let it set for a while. Let's ensure that it's quite this part is quite easy, not much to take care of. So placing the weight about here is better than placing it here while allowing the glue to set. Doesn't take long for the glue to set. Alright, I think it was set by now. Okay. Did I accidentally glue it to the working surface as well? Yes, just did that. Oh, damn. Okay, that is a considerable bit of damage. Definitely. Oh, God. Okay, fine, let's continue. So I'm just filling the gap with some tape. It's too big. Okay. So now that has cured. So now you need to ensure that both. Now it's time to glue the wing to the fuselage. Let's make use of the plasticine now. Right, that looks quite bad. Oh wait, alright. Fortunately, it's not a stabilizer built. So the leading edge and trailing edge of the wing are supposed to sit at these two dots which have been marked. This dot is actually exactly 3 inches from the leading edge, but the kit takes care of that for us, so we don't need to worry. So I guess I'll need to make some new boxes that are 1.5 inches on each side. Let me get back. So I have one 1.5 inch box ready. Let me make one more such box. So here I'll take this chance to show you how to make the final adjustments. The setup that I have right now is 2/16 of an inch smaller than what it's supposed to be. So this is the setup I'm using, right? So, okay. Final check. that too big? Is it too big? No, it's too big. I'm using old medicine boxes because they come in all different shapes and sizes. Okay, that is definitely too small. So I'll just go for lots of paper instead of wasting time on this. Right, there's one more. Running out of time here. With a new pair of scissors, it shouldn't be that hard to cut a thick piece of newspaper, right? Okay. I hope that does the job. Yeah, it's still small. Okay, I have one more set here. Forget about that. Yeah, it is still quite small. So I'm going to speed up the process by doubling the thickness of the newspaper further. They even look at this. Okay, right. I think that should be sufficient. Yes, that's sufficient. Okay, let's get this done. I anticipated this. Okay, so let me just put this together. Hopefully that's exactly 1.5 inches. Yeah, okay, it is. So last step of the assembly is to attach the wings. Attach the wings to the fuselage. Alright. So one part that I did fail to mention is that this 3 inches height is from the base of the wing, not from the okay. So again, same technique, put 2 dots at each end. One dot there. Another dot there. Okay, there was a bit more, okay. Align it perfectly. the boxes. Okay, the alignment's completely off on this one, so I'm going to redo this. It's completely off. You can see it's very asymmetric. Let's do this again, except I will bring the glue on the dots here this time. And let me have the boxes in place, right? And since I'm doing this on a graph paper, it allows me to align the boxes at equal distances. So this is about half inch tall. Yeah, that's about, okay, it's 3/4 of an inch tall. So to offset for that, 3/4 is 0.75, just half of that. So instead of at the end of this, so wingspan is about let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 centimeters. So I have that 5 centimeters. So place it here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Put the glue. I'm putting the glue on again because the earlier one is probably dry. Right. Okay, I think this is good enough. Let me just put a weight on it to make it stick. And it does look fairly symmetric on both sides. Dihedral looks as if it has come out well. So the last step now is to verify that and put some glue, and we'll be good to go. I believe the glue has set fairly enough by now. So let's look at the alignment. It looks good. I think the wing is slightly aft of where it's supposed to be, and the glue has not stuck at all because of that. And okay, so let's redo this again. Again, glue. Be generous here. Bit generous, not too much, because we might have to cut it away again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, yeah. I'm taking care to ensure it sits exactly where it's supposed to sit. Okay. Moved a bit, yeah. Yes, it has, and it's not okay. Should I use the plasticine? Again, glue. This one's again dry. All this is adding weight, so I guess that's again noob mistakes, beginner mistakes that I'm doing. Okay, placement looks good, and push it down. Okay, it's not going down, so move this apart a bit. I'll just do it with hand. Okay, stuck a bit. Let me glue to the tips. Okay. It does move around a bit while you hold it there. Hold it at the wing joint. The wing joint is quite strong. You can put pressure at the center and tip there. Okay, should do the job, I guess. And now the box, the 1.5-inch box at 5 centimeters. Symmetry is very important. Bilateral symmetry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, this is a bit off. Okay, I think it's good enough. Yeah. Okay, so last step is to reinforce the wing joint. Hold the plane like this and put some glue right at the joint, just similar to how we attach the horizontal stabilizer. Okay, and again, don't change the positions. We have done that. Yes, add weight to the center. Ensure that it's symmetric. Add weight, and now we just need to let it set. So that should take about like 10 more seconds. And it's done. So now you have a glider ready. I really overdid the glue there because you can see it's pouring off. Just mop it up with some paper. Be careful not to get it on your hands. Okay, and don't stick the paper to the airframe. So it is done. Horizontal stabilizer looks good, vertical stabilizer looks good. The next step will be to check for the CG and then do a test flight. So this should be the final result. It's fairly strong, and hold it like this, move it a bit, because it needs to take crashes if you launch it wrongly or doesn't fly correctly.